We are good to go. All right, let me go ahead and pull everything up here. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh, welcome everybody. All right, let me move around my windows. Hi everyone, welcome to this super special, super awesome special edition of the Venture Maidens. I have a bunch of really awesome folks here with me. Katie, who's just joined our cast recently, and of course we have Ted as well joining us. He has also been featured on the Venture Maidens podcast, reoccurring favorite on the show. And today he's going to be testing out the new UA Artificer. So, Ted, why don't you tell the folks at home a little bit about the Artificer?
So, if you're unfamiliar with the world of Eberron, this was created in Eberron back in 3.5, and it's sort of a tinkerer, inventor type class. It's gone through many iterations in 5th edition, a lot of heated discussion on the viability of them up until recently. And now the newest version, which I do think is significantly better, and we'll see how it plays tonight, has a couple different options in that you kind of can go more offensive artillery based, because it's called the artillerist, or more funky alchemy kind of based. So you have little weird mechanical pet type things, and then cool supporty magic, and you can make magic items. So I have several, so it should be fun.
Yeah, so for those of you who may not know what we're doing here today, this little stream here, this is brought to you by Dwarven Forge. Today we are going to be, or recently, they are launching their new module for the Dungeon of Doom, which has it's a 15-level mega dungeon. And right now you can actually go ahead and go right over to their website and get a copy of this module for free, which is amazing. But of course, they have, in their true Dwarven Forge fashion, made these beautiful, incredible layouts that also go with the sets. So today we are going to be doing our best to show you some images of the amazing sets they sent over, but really just to play through the module and give you all kind of a flavor. See if you like it, definitely go and check them out. And if you really like it, let Dwarven Forge know that you really enjoyed the Venture Maiden stream of Descent into Doom. So I'm really excited. We have 2 parts of the dungeon that we're going to be running through today and seeing if the Venture Maidens can make it out alive. So also for those of you in the chat who might be concerned about not being caught up, this is a standalone adventure. We've done a couple of these. It's not strictly canonical to the game. This is something the maidens do like in their downtime or their off time. So if you're not caught up on the show, please stay. Don't let that keep you away. We will not be spoiling anything for you today. But I guess without further ado, we should get started. I'm going to go around and start. I'm going to introduce who I am, and then Ted will have you go last.
Okay.
So welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Venture Maidens podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Celeste Konowich.
And I am Nassim, playing your human monk, Sayanur.
And I, Sage, play Cara Brunhilde, the Dwarven Barbarian.
I'm Katie, playing Farah Valen, the Tiefling Sorcerer.
Oh, and I'm Ted, and I am playing with a very long name that Celeste didn't want to put on the screen. Goes shortened name of Sword Trebor is Bob, your elven artificer.
Yes, that did fit way better on the overlay. Forgive me.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, but to set the scene of where you guys are, all of you have been put together as an elite task force and hired, of course, by Valerius, who is basically our master of merch for the Sisters of Sorrow Keep. He is responsible for getting rare artifacts, for procuring items for folks, and he has asked you all to recover something very, very specific. It is said that there was a mysterious dungeon built somewhere isolated in the mountains, the Dungeon of Doom, folks fondly refer to that as, that was built by this insane man named Zaltar, who also was called the Prince of Phantasm. So he is a person of great skill, power, a lot of mystery surrounding him. People aren't really sure why he built this dungeon or what its purpose is, But it is said there that 13 glyph stones are contained within this dungeon. These glyph stones hold immense power and arcane capabilities, as well as some deadly and dangerous secrets. So you've been sent to this dungeon to recover 2 of these glyph stones and return. All of you have been together for some time. I think going through the dungeon at this point, you all have worked together, fought together, and you're about to conquer, or maybe not, the next couple parts of this dungeon. So before we dive in, I actually want to go around and ask all of you, what was one encounter or combat or room that you all have bested in the dungeon so far? So, Nassim, what's something you all have faced as a group in this dungeon?
I really don't know monsters that well.
Was it like a puzzle or a combat or a room?
Oh, okay. A combat.
Mm-hmm.
Just some kobolds wandering around.
How'd it
Kobolds
go?
love their dungeons.
Yep, they do love their dungeons. So you successfully defeated some of these kobolds, making your way to this point in the dungeon. Sage, what's something else you faced in this dungeon?
So there was one point where it was just, there was this ooze that seemed to harass us, and every time we would get to a left turn, there always seemed to be an ooze just disguised on the ground as a puddle, and Kara always fucking stepped in it, and she just, like, every single time got her, like, boots melted through, and it was just like, oh, again?
I love it. And Katie, what's something else you faced in the dungeon?
There was some bullshit puzzle on the wall, and I was ready to just, blow through it. But, Bob cooled me down and figured it out pretty quickly. And I was like, oh, well, obviously, I just wanted you to hurry up figuring it out. So
I love bullshit wall puzzles.
And Ted, what was one other thing you faced in this dungeon?
So we've had our fair share of combat, and I feel like there were more than just this one wall-based puzzle. There's probably a really intricate looking puzzle room. Like, it looks, there's a ton of stuff you have to do, and being adventurers, everybody stops and starts to immediately overthink it.
Yes.
But I just checked the door and it was unlocked.
Yeah.
I love it. That's really great.
Absolutely. So these are just some of the trials you have faced so far in the Dungeon of Doom. So far, you're not getting much of the Doom vibe. Maybe it's just because you've only been in here a couple hours, but your party just finished up with like a rest, so you're all restocked, ready to go, and you have this next hallway looming in front of you. Would you like to go down it and continue your adventures in the Dungeon of Doom?
I boldly stride forward.
Yeah, so everybody, we can walk 2 by 2 in this dungeon. Everything so far has been made of manicured stone. This is a dungeon that somebody has taken a great deal of time to build, presumably Zoltar, but who knows? All right, so who is in the front and who is in the back?
I'll be in the back.
Same.
Yeah.
Saya's probably embarrassed that she didn't think to open the door first, so she's first, trying to get away from Bob.
Yeah, so Saya and Kara are pushing forward there. And then, Ted, what do we need to know about Bob? What have we learned about him so far?
So what you've learned about Bob is what about Bob? He's a master of all things tool-based. Just as an example for you guys, proficiency in thieves' tools, tinker's tools, painter's supplies, smith tools, and wood carving tools. And he also has expertise in all of those as part of his class.
Whoa.
So he is hyper intelligent, and his magic, as part of the artificer thing, their magic doesn't manifest in a normal way, the way like a wizard or somebody does theirs. They do it through the tools that they use. And his particular speciality is painting. So he uses his painter's tools. So like if he was going to throw a fireball, he would literally paint a fireball, and then the fireball would go and explode. A happy little fireball. We'll paint it, and we'll just send it forth, and it'll explode, and it'll just take care of all those kobolds over there. And that'll be fine. And if we need to say, I don't know, detect if there's some magic, just paint a little pair of happy little goggles right on your
love
face.
it.
Now you can detect magic.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
I don't think I've ever been so happy. Turned Bob Ross.
also, he has a massive afro because
Obviously.
that's
yeah.
just how it's an arcane experiment, and his hair just kind of, and it just stays that way.
It's where power is stored.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. All right. Good. Thank you, Bob.
Yep.
So excited. All right. So as you folks continue down this hallway, let me go ahead and show you an image of the next part of this dungeon.
Ooh.
All right. So this short hallway leads to a vaulted doorway with a weathered iron-bound door. Near the doorway, a heavy-set humanoid slumps on the floor with its back against the wall. Its head lolls forward, as if asleep or dead. Long strands of thick black hair block your view of its face. So you can see this right at the end of this hallway there. There is another door, but this body is clearly blocking the door. What would you like to do?
I take out one of my hand hammers and I chuck it at the body.
Okay. You hear a gross thumping sound, and some smell comes out. The hallway smells real bad now.
I think it's dead. I think it's been dead for a while. And you know what else I should do? I should probably get out my dice.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh, I'm gonna use my new dice from Die Hard Die.
We have so many new shiny things.
Oh boy!
Yes, so that is what happened when Kara threw the axe at it. So I'm assuming you all are standing maybe about 20 feet away from this body, and you can see it at the end of the hall. Oh, dark vision issues.
60 feet.
Yeah. Okay. So, Saye, do you have your drift globe out?
It is now out.
Okay, great. Because it is pitch black in this dungeon.
Yeah, it would be out.
Okay. All right. So there's this dead body there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
I
cautiously
wanna.
and collect my axe.
Okay.
And I'll be like, hold on. And I will paint a little hand, and it will go forth made out of ink, a little mage hand, and I'll retrieve that hammer for you. And then I'll bring it back to you and be like, this is just probably, and I'd be like, it's all right. But when things happen, enjoy them. They're life's little gifts.
Kara just stares blankly at you and has no idea what to make of Bob. He's just so confused and just like has no idea how to react to the thing.
He is a very good counterpoint personality-wise to Kara, for sure.
Oh yes, I approach Bob and I put my hand on your arm and I say, "I'm very happy you're here with us, Bob."
And he just he just chuckles to himself.
Oh
He
god.
just seems so happy in light of the massive mega dungeon in front of him. It doesn't seem to faze him. He's just so happy.
Kara's just leaning on her staff and just like looking at him, giving him side eye, like trying to size him up.
I want to be best friends, but I'm going to investigate this dead body first.
Okay. All right. So as you walk up to this body, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
I'll cast guidance on you.
Oh right, wasn't that +3?
+4 this time.
Well, you know what? I don't know why I bothered asking because I rolled a 2. But plus another 3, I guess that's 8.
Okay. So you walk up to the body and you're not like really touching it. You're kind of poking like, you can tell that it is the body of a half orc. It has probably been dead for a bit. It smells like it's been dead for a bit. You see that there is an axe that is splitting its skull right in half. Somebody just, you can see that he has,
Wait. His head is split, and
Yeah.
we didn't notice that when we first approached him.
you were far.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. Sorry to poke holes.
Jeez. Let me do the module. Excuse me. So there's
Oh.
an axe splitting his head. Half orc. That's kind of all you get from your looking around. Oh, I'm sorry.
You said he slumped against a wall.
Yep.
Is there a door behind him?
There is a door behind him. You also
Okay.
see that there is a piece of paper, even with your 8, I'll give you this, piece of paper that has been, like, stuck to his chest, and it's kind of gross and matted with blood.
I'm muted because of the car, but I take the bloody piece of paper off and see if I can read it against the globe.
All right. It is on your screen.
Oh, wait,
Or
on my
wait.
screen.
No, it's not. Nassim's face is in front of it.
I can't go on Twitch. I'm scared of my internet.
Okay. Hang on. Let me...
Oh man.
Put in the chat.
Hang on. I am trying to grab it. 1 second.
Here lies wouldn't Nassim about nature dead with use dead some.
There we go.
That's just about what Kara's handwriting looks like, actually.
Yeah.
You know, some of that is really pretty. Those are some nice D's.
Yep. So this is what the note says. So here... Wait, it's bad if I read it. One of you try to read it again.
Oh, okay, now I
For
can
Nassim. Yeah.
Here lies Dolog. Wouldn't shut up about nature's mess with use get to aim. Wait, is that just me? Or is that really what it says?
I think it says mess with us and you get same.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Farrah's just looking over her shoulder.
And I'll say, for those of you who get closer as you're puzzling over the note and didn't roll a dismal investigation check, you can see that there's also something clutched in the dead fist of this body.
I'll try to wriggle it out of his hands.
You unstick it.
Yes.
So you find it looks like a thin metal flask, and it's carved with symbols of genies.
I show it to the party.
Wow.
I try to rub it.
Nothing happens.
We just met a genie. Oh man, if only he could have told us. Dang, I wish he knew.
I'll say, well, do we want to see if it's magical? Just give me a little bit. We can find out if it's a magic lamp.
Yeah. Toss it
Right.
over to him.
All right, so I will ritual cast detect magic to see if it's magical.
Okay. All right, and as you do so, you can tell that there is a very slight conjuration magic on this thing.
Okay, and I will tell you that. Oh, well, look at that! There's some conjuration magic on this. If you want to take another 10 minutes, I can identify it and see exactly what it is.
I'm
Take
not
your
in a
time.
All right, no,
We've already been here for hours.
we're not in any rush. So I will ritual cast identify and see if I can get any more about it.
All right, perfect. So you can tell that this object, its purpose is that it always has a little bit of air. So every time that you open it, air will be released from this flask. It's not powerful or potent enough to cast anything like gust or anything, but just fresh air will always come out of this flask every time you open it.
Okay.
Huh.
I will let you all know that this is it's just a little bit of air. In case you need a little breath of fresh air down here in the dark dungeon. And I'll say, but it's okay because you need darkness in your life to let the light shine through. Listen, I got quotes for Bob Ross for days, so we're good for the rest of the night.
I'm so glad.
Kara goes to say something, but then shakes her head and is like, "Oh my god! Oh wait, no air. Wait, what did the note say about nature? Maybe he was like a druid or something."
So there's nothing wrong with having a tree for a friend.
Yeah, maybe he just liked aromatherapy.
There is a door in front of
I
you.
am pulling the body that is leaning against the door off to the side for someone to open it.
Yeah, definitely. It is squishy and definitely starting to rot.
Ew.
Yeah.
I'll cast Mage Hand and try to open it.
The door?
Mhm.
Okay. And you do so. The door is unlocked. So what you see in the chamber right beyond you, doors in the far corners lead out of this rectangular chamber. A large plinth stands in an arch in the center of the far wall. An unfurled yellow scroll rests upon it, surrounded by 4 depressions. Each is a different color: white, red, blue, and black. A small stained cloth sack sits on the floor in the center of the room. And let me go ahead and change my view for you here. So that's your view. If you can see this right across from the very center of you, there's that large archway that has like these indentations with these 4 different colored symbols on it. And you see a scroll that is laid out. From your position there, you can't see it. You'd have to get closer. But then again, right at your feet, kind of in the center of the room, there is that dirt sack and then the 2 doors that lead out.
You
I'm
said
gonna go
this.
take Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. You said that the sack was stained. Is it like blood stain or like
Something black. You'd have to get closer to investigate.
What are the symbols that are colored?
So the alcove things that are covered those are colored. There aren't any symbols, but there are symbols all over this scroll.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go check out that dirty sack.
All right. So
I'm surprised.
get it. So you step a few steps into this room here, and you see that this sack is full of dirt. Just rich black soil.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's just dirt in here.
okay?
Just go in and take a look at the scroll.
Okay.
Yeah, does it match the flask or is it different?
All right. So as you go ahead and walk over towards this scroll and begin to read it, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. All right. Well, let's find out how we do. That is a 15.
All right, that is not going to do it. You see that suddenly, from the far corners of the room, where there was flat wall, all of a sudden, crossbows pop out and hit you with 2 glowing energy beams. So here
that's
we
nice.
go.
Lovely.
Oh, the name of this encounter is Deadly Corners. For anybody who
Oh, I have this dungeon, actually.
wondering.
I have this whole setup from Dwarven Forge, so now I know why it's called that.
Interesting. All right, so you are going to take 14 psychic damage as these 2 bolts slam into you.
Interesting.
And you can see now that these just crossbolts that pop down. And for everybody at home, Dwarven Forge, this is super cool. In that photo, those are magnets. You stick them on there when you get your players. It's really fun. Yep, and as you do that, the scroll in front of you dissolves and turns to ash.
Looking around, are there any like pressure plates or anything or
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
so. 15 plus 1, 18 plus 4, 22.
Oh, okay. All right, so looking around the room, there don't appear to be any pressure plates on the floor of this main chamber anywhere. You can already see now that these 2 traps on the corners there that shut out these crossbolts, those have all been activated, so there are no more of those in the room. But you can tell that on the northern wall of this room, there is a seam, as if there might be a secret door there.
Ooh, secret door.
But there is no identifiable way to open it that you can see.
Okay. I will indicate the secret door. Are the pillars, they were colored, you said?
So these are where the scroll was sitting, and these are still there. There are 4 depressions just on this wall here, and each of those is painted in a different color.
What colors?
White, red, blue, and black.
Hmm.
And then there were also the 2 doors that lead out of this room.
And they're not painted, the doors.
Correct. They appear to be identical doors.
I don't know. This seemed like the secret thing that we were supposed to not find. I don't want. Or do we care enough to cross out any booby traps?
Kara's gonna take some of the dirt and put it in the alcove that's painted black.
You do so. And Earth sits in the black alcove.
Maybe there's like a nature thing, because, you know, I don't know, like colors correspond to elements. Dirt is black. That's my best guess. But I mean, Talia, if
We
you
do
want,
have the means of providing all of these things, so why not? I'll take, I don't know, is there a stick somewhere or a torch?
There are no torches or sticks in this room.
I pull out a torch from my
I was
bag.
going to say, yeah, next on the list.
All right.
I ignite it
Okay.
and leave it in the pillar space, the alcove.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a shallow bowl. So there's really no good way to get that torch, and it falls out a few times. You burn your hand. You can't stick it. You try to put the fire end in. Nothing seems to activate.
I lean it.
Yeah, it's not much is coming to you there.
You want to put your little wind flask on the white one?
Of course. We'll go put it in the white one.
Oh, sorry. I feel like I can't talk to you that casually.
Okay.
Bob, would you please put your wind flask down in the alcove?
Of course. And I'll
Thank
go
you.
over and I'll put the flask in the white one. And then I guess that just leaves the blue one.
I put a little bit of I pour one out for the homies in that alcove.
And as you put these elements in, nothing happens.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I'll take one of the doors.
Which door would you like, the left door or the right door?
Do they look particularly different
Nope, they look exactly the same.
than the left one?
Okay. All right, and as you open this door, you see the only exit from this room is an arched doorway with iron bars to your left. In the center of the room is a large copper brazier. The bodies of several orcs lie around the brazier and its cold ashes. One of the orcs rests on a bedroll. She appears to have died in her sleep. Another seems to have died shortly after drawing his weapon. One body is closer to the door and still clutches a charred stick. As you enter, a ghostly flame begins to flicker around the brazier's ashes. The room begins to warm, and whispered voices sound as ghostly orcs rise. Their visages are twisted in pain and horror. They gaze upon you with cold, pale eyes filled with hatred for the living. Then they lunge for you. Everybody roll initiative.
I creaked the door closed again.
You hear
Got it.
ghostly screaming.
No.
Everybody roll initiative.
Fuck it. I knew it. Damn it.
I get a 13.
I got a 6.
I rolled a 2 again. You doing me dirty, new dice.
Nassim a 2, and I'm sorry, Bob.
22.
Jeez, Bob.
Wait, you add your dex to your initiative, Nassim.
6.
That could be everything.
That's significant. All right, and let me go ahead and roll for my bad guys. All right, so you see that there are 3 of these things coming at you. All right. Perfect. So, Bob, now that your companion has closed the door on these things, you get that first round.
Oh, wasn't that wonderful? So let's see. What I will do, since let's see, how long does this last? An hour? Huh. 10 minutes. All right. So I guess what I will do is I will prepare a spell for when the ghosts arrive
All
through
right.
the wall, presumably.
I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah.
ghosts work. All right. And what are you preparing?
I'm gonna prepare. Let's go with Shatter.
Okay. All right. So you have a spell ready to go. And then, oh, look at that! It's the ghosts. And
Oh,
all of a
man.
sudden, like clockwork, you see these three figures just float through the door, unimpeded completely by any physical objects. So you can tell that two of these things, they seem to look like the orcs that you saw laying around this room there.
Mhm.
Two of them are real big and beefy and covered in what looks like chainmail armor. And then the third, who sort of hovers to the back, she's dressed in robes of some kind, and you can see that there are animal furs completely like swathing her upper half here. So one of these warriors, and then Sage, go ahead and give me one distinguishing feature about this warrior to separate him from the other one.
He's missing an eye.
Okay, so eye patch. And then, Katie, give me a feature about the other warrior.
He's got a big scar across his face.
Okay, so we have eye patch and scar. Okay, so eye patch is gonna come...
Patches!
Patches! Changing it.
I don't want to kill him now. We named him.
Now you're
He's
attached.
already dead.
Kill what you love! Welcome to the Dungeon of Doom. Alright, let me go ahead and double check how these guys attack. Oh, 2 melee. Oh, that's nice.
Can I activate my spell since they
Oh!
appeared through the wall?
I guess you can.
Thank you. So they need to make Constitution saving throws,
Alright.
or take.
Is this hitting all of them?
Yeah, assuming that they all came through the door. It's a 20-foot cube.
Yes.
So it is thunder damage. I don't know if how that affects ghosts.
It does.
That's good news. That will be 18 points of thunder damage.
Okay. Alright, so one of the warriors saved. Scar saved. So does he take any damage?
Half, yeah.
Half. Okay.
So 9 points.
Got it. Okay. What does it look like when Bob casts Shatter?
So he pulls out his palette and he looks through the wheel of colors and he sits there and he says, and he kind of looks at them with his thumb and his paintbrush, dabs a little phthalo blue into the air. And he just sort of paints basically like his best depiction of like you know when it's really hot on summer days and you kind of see that roiling heat, and it's just like that, except it is sound vibrations, and they just sort of like hover over across the room and then intensify in a little paint, and then they disappear. And he just giggles to himself.
Oh boy! The ghosts do not seem impressed by this display of childlike wonder. And so Patches is gonna come, and Kara looks like this. You know what? Nope, Saye was right there. So Saye, he's gonna swing his ghost greatsword at you and absolutely miss on the first swing. And then he's gonna get you with that second swing there. So you will be taking, wow, I'm rolling like crap. You're so lucky. 6 necrotic damage as he hits you with the back end of this greatsword. And it's very strange because it's not a physical sword, but you see it as it cuts through you, and you just feel a little bit more dead inside as this thing hits you.
God. Yeah, no, absolutely. Necrotic damage, it just like hurts her soul and she feels icky. She hasn't showered in days.
Yes. And you are going to see the one who looks like a druid or a priest of some kind. She is going to whisper something, and her skin grows thick and leathery as this happens. Okay. And then we jump to Farah.
Okay. Farah's going to swing her staff around very Sailor Pluto-esque. And she's gonna hit it to the ground and cast Spirit Guardians.
Ooh.
Nice.
And so like two golden, just like big buff Deva men wearing next to nothing just like emerge from the top of her staff and
Yes.
like flex and fly around, you know. So they're gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw.
This is phenomenal. Okay, Patches fails, Scar fails, and the Druid fails, and I'm switching my d20.
Dice
It's gonna
jail.
be 18 radiant damage.
Okay. Oh! Oh, Radiant. Yep. Okay, so that's double. That's nice. Oh, boy. Okay, so they are all taking 36 damage.
Woo!
Damn, dude. Spirit Guardian.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
AF. You get one. That was your one. Alright. And then, Saye, we're up to you.
All right. I'm gonna just shoot a damn bow at it.
Alright, which one?
Who was it who made me feel dead?
That was Patches.
Oh, Patchy.
Patches, my old friend.
We don't need no stinking patches. Okay. That's 18 to hit.
Alright, that is definitely gonna do it.
Good. And what is that? It's the D8. Okay. That's 8 damage.
Okay. 8 damage, and that is from a non-magical bow.
Well, it counts as magic from me. Or is that my fists only?
That's your fist only.
Oh no. Then yeah, it's a non-magical bow.
Okay. Alright, it does not seem to do much as it passes through his spectral form.
Damn it. For some reason I was convinced it was magical. All right. Well, I'm clearly disappointed, so I'm just gonna take my second attack now and then
Alright.
put my bow away and get closer and punch him.
Punch it.
You can try!
Oh, well, I certainly will, because it's plus 26, I think, to hit.
Woo!
Yeah,
Girl.
yeah.
Yeah, you smash him.
Oh, I forgot to put up my little monster photos.
Oh, little monster photos.
I did not take this photo. Many of these photos, well, some of these I took crawling around today on my floor. But some of the nicer, anything that looks nicer, actually comes from the module Dungeon of Doom. So get it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nassim, what was that?
8 damage.
Okay. With your fist, though, so it hits. And you see, again, just these twisted faces full of pain and rage that just stare at you with hatred like they want to eat all the warmth inside you.
I know I'm a
Yum!
tasty snack.
Snail.
Have none.
Alright, and then Kara.
Yes. All right. Bonus action. Enter rage, and she is going to go after Priest Lady.
She can try.
She's gonna pull out her sword from the Lady of the Lake.
Yes.
Whoa, boy, that is a 19 to hit.
Yes, sorry, I was drinking. Yes, that hits.
And then, alright, so it's going to be six plus 4, so 10 damage for her first attack.
Okay.
And then her next attack,
Oh, and your sword is magic.
it is magic. It's got that magic extra d6 of cold damage. And Celeste, you know what I just rolled?
Nope. I don't want to hear it.
With my new sparkly d20.
Sparkly dice powers. Okay, fine. Spank my ghost. see if I care. We're just getting started.
Here we go. Alright, 11, 13 plus 4 plus 2, 19?
Yeah, how do you want to kill my ghost? Yo, man.
Yeah, so she goes, so Kara, after she's been, like, painting dirt onto the alcove, sees these ghosts come through, immediately goes after the druidic looking one. She, despite her sword just cleaving through cleanly these spectral forms, she just goes qua across the torso, bring it up over her head and straight through the middle of her part of her ugly orc hair.
So this ghost, it gives one final scream of rage and then just dissipates. But actually, let me double check something here.
Uh-oh. That face.
Yeah, okay, she dissipates. For now, all right. Anything else for your turn? We do still have Patches and Scar up.
She is going to move over towards Patches. Patches is the one that's attacking Saya, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's gonna move over to Patches and like try like impose herself between it and Patches. Between her and Patches. There we go.
You try to out-threaten this big ghost. Okay. And then Bob, we're back up to you.
Oh, well, all right. Let's see. We've got 2 ghosts in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll see. We'll just try just a little. We won't try too much. So I'm gonna turn the paintbrush around, which you realize is actually a wand. And issuing forth from said wand, we're gonna go with just a firebolt. We'll see how that goes.
All right, sweet. Do you want to hit Patches or Scar?
Patches.
Okay. Poor Patches.
So that is a 24.
Yeah.
So that's gonna deal 9.
You know, Patches was a nice
18,
guy before he died.
23 points of fire damage.
Yeah. How do you want to explode Patches?
Oh, and I'll just be like, "It's all right, friend. You just go on back where you came from." And my little fire, which looks like ink, red, like little cadmium. It's cadmium yellow. I got to think about the red one. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Shoots out of the brush and then just hits the guy, and it just dissipates in little sparkles.
Aw, Sparkle Ghost, and there's no way he is bouncing back from 23 damage. So, that ghost is forever gone. All right. Anything else, Bob, for your turn?
No, that's it for now.
All right, and then it's up to Scar. Scar looks to his left.
Nope. I'm gonna give him Spirit Guardian.
No! He looks to his left, looks to his right, looks at these buff Deva floating around him.
So that's 17 wisdom save he's gonna make.
Okay. No, absolutely not.
So that's 14 damage.
Okay, and how do your Devas handle this?
They're just, floating around flexing, and one of them just like drops down and puts his head between his thighs and just cracks it like a walnut.
Amazing.
All right, well, you guys won. God, yeah, yep. So these ghosts are no more. And again, now that you don't have the impending threat of doom, you see that in this room there were those 3 orc bodies on the ground, all kind of centered around this brazier that has a bunch of ashes in it. The ghostly flame that was burning has now gone out, so the hearth is cold once again. And then you see that there is this doorway leading out, but there are thick, heavy bars covering it, so it is sealed for the time being.
Should we burn these orc bodies in the braziers to make sure that the ghosts don't come back?
I want to
Or
search
that they don't become zombies? Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
I will aid in the searching.
Okay.
Is investigation to search a body?
Yes.
I got 17.
I got an 18.
Wow. All right. You search the hell out of these bodies. So as you do so, you can basically, there's enough stuff here to put together a Dungeoneer's pack. One of the orcs has a herbalism kit, So the woman had one on her. You find a set of cook's utensils that are decorated with dragons.
Ooh.
You find a spice pouch on the same orc that had the cooking supplies. You find in a pocket a little tiny skeleton. It looks like a bunch of like maybe mice bones. You find a bunch of colored feathers. And then you also find 5 agate stones worth altogether 80 gold pieces.
Wow.
I guess I'll put it out there for you, Celeste, just in case it comes up. My passive perception is a 28, and my passive investigation is a 29.
That's
Just throwing it out there.
That's disgusting.
How? I mean, you know?
why?
Yeah.
God, why?
Observant feat, expertise in perception, and then I also have a 20 intelligence, and I have eyes of minute seeing. So I can see anything that I would normally be able to see as though I was only a foot away from it, which gives me advantage on all investigation checks. And for passives, that's a +5. So
That's bonkers. Wow.
Okay.
he's the dungeon expert. Also, I should point out that his shield, which I forgot to put into my AC, which I will do,
Mhm.
his shield is a pallet. Like, that is his shield.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Yep. So you're starting to understand why.
Gotta
Valer-
run. Be right back. My laptop's about to die.
Oh yeah. You're starting to understand why Valerius sent this guy with you. Dungeon expert indeed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you have successfully looted everything from the bodies.
Now I'm gonna set them on fire in the brazier.
Okay. So the brazier ashes, it's just ashes. There isn't any wood or anything in here. This has been dead for a really long time. So give me a survival check of some kind if you want to get this fire going.
Yeah, for sure.
+4 to whatever you get.
Sweet. I'm gonna send a personal letter to Die Hard Dice because it just rolled another natural 20.
My dice are. This is terrible. Okay, so yeah, you get a nice happy fire going in a brazier that probably hasn't been lit in a very long time. And you can definitely go ahead and start the really stinky business of burning bodies. It's probably going to take a few hours in a small brazier because it's like it's like this maybe 5 feet across.
Yeah.
You have to fold an orc and get one in there at a time. And
She would hack them a little bit.
oh yeah. All right. Everything smells terrible, but you can absolutely begin to do that.
All right. I don't want to be around this anymore. Let's go down that secret place we found first. This was all a trap, and I don't care to go past those iron gates.
So that secret door is currently impassable. You haven't found whatever activates it opening yet.
Oh.
You can just see a seam in the wall.
Oh, I thought she saw through it, too. My bad.
There aren't any levers or anything to indicate how to open this door.
All right, then never mind. I take back that little freak out. Should I go investigate these gates?
There is also the other door in the main room.
Yeah, to the right, yeah.
Let's fight whatever's in there, probably.
Excuse me, you don't know.
I'll investigate that other door for traps.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay. That's a 25.
Okay, there are no traps on this door, but there's also obviously no way to open this that you can tell.
Gotcha. It's just a door, no handle, no locks.
No,
nothing.
so it's more of a grate also
Gotcha.
that falls. And it is currently closed and there's no lock or pick or anything. You can kind of see through the bars. You can tell that there's a long dark hallway on the other side.
Got it.
Before the hallway wraps around a corner and you can't see.
Okay.
Right.
I will investigate the room that the ghosts came out of and the things they were lying on top of.
Yeah, so those were already searched. Like their sleeping bags and their gear and
Oh, I thought
everything.
you were searching their bodies. My bad.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that was all included in there. It was like sleeping bags and camping equipment that they were lying on top of.
Okay.
So we have one very stinky room and one
Yes.
door that we have not yet explored.
I will check that door.
Okay. There are no traps on this door. I'll give you that one for free.
All right. Is it locked?
It is not.
All right. I will step back and use my paint another little mage hand and have it. I'll push open the door.
Okay. All right. So this room appears to be empty, save for a discolored puddle of water on the cold, hard stone. The far wall... nope. As the party approaches, the surface of the water begins to shift.
It's that fucking ooze again. God damn it.
I'm assuming you haven't stepped into the room yet.
No, definitely not.
So as you open it, you see a trickle move across the surface of this pool of water.
I'm going to say, oh, well, isn't that interesting? Hang on just a sec. And I will pull out a lantern from my backpack and I will light the oil inside it. And this is a lantern of revealing. So all invisible creatures and invisible objects within the light cast by it are shown. And I will hold it forth.
Whoa! There are three... Let me double check. 3 black puddings sitting below the surface of this water.
And I'll be like, oh, look, you were right.
Ah, I knew it. All right, well, we gonna bludgeon this thing too.
So far
well, I
they
guess
haven't climbed out of the water yet.
Yeah, and this is all we can see is just this pool from where we are, or through the doorway.
Apparently, the rest of the room seems empty, other than this discolored pool of water is the only notable feature.
Seems strange. And I say, well, I can't imagine you'd have a room with just a pool of water and some black pudding in it for no reason.
Should we blow them up?
I mean, if we can do that without getting them to come after us, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, aren't you our explosives master?
Yeah, I've been known to blow up a thing or two in my day.
Well, go off, honey.
Get it!
Bang.
Let's see here. Well, do we all want to just like get ready? I'm gonna we'll stand through the door and I'll.
If you would like, you can all have like a surprise round to do whatever the hell you're gonna do to these black puddings.
Or we can just save our spells if they're not gonna do anything. But I don't really know where else to go.
Yeah.
Right, I'm wondering if there's something under the water.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Well, the only way we're gonna know is if we get past those puddings, which, funnily enough, is what I call Gidget.
These are so much grosser than Gidget.
You might have to change your nickname.
No, it's been spoiled.
By all the oozes in this dungeon. It's been ruined.
All right. Well, I mean, if we wanna just go and get our surprise round in, then let's do this.
All right.
Just gonna stand far away and just have everyone move to the side and just through the door, just firebolt.
All
Yep.
right.
Same.
Yep. Okay. So do you guys want to go ahead and aim for the same ooze there?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
All right. So let's go ahead and we'll just keep initiative from last time here, and I'll put the puddings at the end. So Bob, go ahead and fire one off.
All right. That is a 28.
Yeah. Ooze not so hard to hit.
No, I would imagine
It goes.
not.
Woo!
Does it make the noise too?
Yeah. Well, the water kind of falling off of it sort of sounds
Ah.
like that.
I see. That is 22 points of fire damage.
Oh my god.
And it's bright red. For those of you who are keeping track of what Bob Ross's color wheel is, it's bright red.
Okay.
Or alizarin crimson, if you want to go that way. It was a little darker, but
Not animate red.
All
All right. So 22 Damn, yeah. This pudding, you blow a hole right through it. As it starts to come out of the water, sort of forming this cone-like shape, you're like, and just pops through, and you hear a splat of a bunch of pudding landing on the wall. And then Farah.
Does a 12 hit?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Armor class 7. Yeah.
Mm.
7.
Oh, wow. I got an 11
Yes.
for damage.
Yes. And another hole gets blown through this thing. Okay, and then Saye.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on the fire theme and cast Burning Hands. Strike.
I love this. You just kick in the door and just fire.
Yeah.
All right. What do how it work?
They need a dex saving throw.
Okay, and you can hit. It's a cone, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We are not good at dexterity either.
Woo.
Yep. Oh, that's a 1. That's a 3. And that's a 6. What the?
Absolutely no.
That's all of my dice are horrible tonight. Where's the doom?
1, 9. Do I add anything to that? Yes. 13 damage.
Okay. Fire. It's just so much fire. You see some steam coming up from the puddle, also at the base of the room here, as a bunch of fires just shooting off. Okay. And then Kara.
Kara, after Bob and then Farah sling off firebolts, and then Saye like steps through the middle with her burning hands, and then Kara just like kind of jumps up from behind her, like sword overhead, and goes, "Ah!"
I love Kara.
It just like smacks her sword into the puddle.
Yes. Yes. You spank that puddle. Get out of here.
Oh yeah. She's like using like the flat end of her sword. It's just like all right, that'll be a 16 to hit.
Yeah. 7.
And then she's going to do 10 damage.
Okay. And we hitting the pudding that's been slammed and toasted. Toasted pudding. Bread pudding. 20.
Okay, that was better when you added the bread.
Yep.
Toasted regular pudding.
Just, hot pudding. Everybody imagine it.
And now she's gonna hit it again if it's not dead.
It is not.
And then so her next attack is definitely gonna hit. And she will oops, that's not the right die. Ooh, nice. That'll be 13 plus 6, 19 damage on our second one.
Alright, how do you want to split?
So she's like super fast, like like with the flat end of her sword until it just becomes dissipated into like little tiny blobs that like fail to come back together.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's disgusting. But as you are doing this and getting really involved, 2 other puddings like now angrily kind of snake up from this pool here, and they're just these long pseudopods are gonna pop out of their body and try to hit you.
Wait, wasn't that our surprise round?
Oh, yep.
Now we start.
Never mind. Bob!
All right, here we go
My
again.
puddings are they're doing this. They're making distress arms out of their puddles.
Okay. So that's a 17 to hit some pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that double 10s on the firebolts. That's 25 points of fire damage.
Oh my god.
Yes, queen.
Cast from my paintbrush with a little more bright red. This time we throw in a little cadmium yellow, make it a little lighter.
At what point is this murder? When the PCs are like... All right, and then Farah.
I'm just gonna firebolt again.
Rinse and repeat.
I don't even know why I'm rolling. I literally can't not hit these.
You could get a 1.
That's true. That's gonna be 17 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so small. This pudding has been reduced to such a small size. It's almost cute. Yep. All right, and then Sayu. So we have one little baby pudding, and then one full-sized pudding.
Oh, we're reducing its size as we kill it. That's fun.
Yep. Because you're
Then-
splattering its body all over the walls of this room as this is happening.
The carnage.
Saya goes like full child mode and just starts like jumping into the puddle, like stomping her feet around. trying to push up.
Yes. Yes, go. Hit.
Best
Stomp.
combat.
Stomp me like a fine batch of grapes.
Well, plus 18 to squish
Yeah.
with 7 damage.
Yeah, you, how do you want to kill one of these? The little baby one?
Like just like that, like a big fat stomp right on its gooey head.
Okay, and there is one pudding left. Just
I have an extra attack, and I will try to stomp the other.
absolutely.
That's ugh, I don't even want to do the math. Like 23 to hit,
Okay, yes.
and that's 10 damage.
Okay. Alright, this one pudding has made it to its turn to get one little pseudopod attack
Wait,
as it goes
it's my
out.
turn.
God damn it!
This pudding's like, my sons!
Ah, my babies!
Yeah, so first attack is gonna hit. And second attack will definitely hit.
Oh, will it?
I don't know. I could get a -3 on my die roll and still hit.
See, the chat is rooting for my pudding son. Everyone. So.
11 plus 7, 18 plus 8 will be 26 altogether for both my attacks. As she keeps smacking it.
Okay.
Bacon the pudding.
It's still there. Hanging on. Okay. Is it its turn? Anything else,
Yeah.
Kara?
Action surge. No, I'm kidding.
Ah!
No, it can have a turn.
All right. Let's see if my pudding child can do anything. It's gonna try to get Saye because her feetsies are red in the water, and that will miss.
I feel bad for her now.
Yes. Right, Bob, just kill it.
Yeah.
Put it out of its misery.
15 points of fire damage.
Yeah, you explode. This final pudding. Somewhere Celeste's heart breaks, but you don't know what that means. Alright, so these puddings have been successfully exploded, and the pool of water still remains in this room, with a slight steam coming off of it from all of the heat that it just experienced in the course of 12 seconds.
Move up and look in the in the pool with the lantern to see if there's anything down in there.
Okay, so the pool is not concealing anything. It is just a pool of water.
Okay. And that's it? That's all that's in this room?
Yes,
How deep is it?
it's very shallow.
That's just like
I'm standing in it. It's probably like at my ankles.
Probably a little less. It's just kind of coating like half of the room. Like maybe the room has a slight slant to it, so it's starting to fill up with water. It is a little bit yellow. So it's kind of
Pea
gross
water.
water. It's piss. It's dungeon piss.
It's
Mm.
from this is the pee room from the orcs.
Mm.
Oh, no.
Oh, they're
That,
dead.
maybe I wouldn't have jumped into it as gleefully as I did.
No,
but...
it's not pee, it's water. It doesn't smell bad. It's just water.
Alright, well, then I'll put the lantern out because I'm gonna save that lucky
That is
oil
a-
there.
that sweet oil.
That is
I mean, it
great.
burns for 6 hours, but let's save it.
Yeah,
So, and yeah, there's nothing else in this room.
No.
No doors or anything.
No.
Maybe those indentations specifically need this pea water.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
I'll scoop this up in my hand and go.
Oh, I'm so glad you're doing it because I didn't.
That was gross.
I mean, Yeah, it's just hacking up orc bodies, little pea water. Probably gonna sanitize me.
You're all covered in black pudding. Like, what do you want?
What? I got a 120-foot range. I'm pristine.
Sure.
Fair. Saya is covered in pudding, and so is Kara.
So I guess if you're gonna go put pea water in the water, the blue thing, and
Yeah.
I'll go back into the room where the orcs were with that brazier. Is
Mm.
the fire was still burning, or were there? I forget.
There was a ton of ash in the bottom of this brazier here. It is now burning and has a dead orc barbecuing on it.
I will mage hand out some ashes from there and go put that in the red one.
Nice.
And as you fill the alcoves with some of the earth, some of the air from that flask, some of the pea water, and some of the ashes, you hear a grinding sound. Thank you, Dwarven Forge, for trusting us with your dungeon pea water.
Yep.
You hear a
We
grind.
did it.
Yes.
Bet
Don't
your
high five me,
maidens.
Kara.
You wanted our brand, right? So you hear a grinding sound, and that northern passageway that you saw before, the wall recedes into the floor, and you see a small room hidden behind it. All right. So as you poke into the room, you can see that there is a stack of treasure laying there.
Ooh.
What?
All right. So you
Wow.
find 750 gold coins.
Ooh, hot damn.
Whoa.
And you guys remember to count this and then split it 4 ways because you can spend this in real game. Okay, and then you find gemstones equal to 700 gold pieces worth. You find a bunch of rare books that if you were to sell them, you think they would be worth about 2,000 gold pieces. You also find something very, very strange. It appears to be a long tube with a glass lens on one side and then a much smaller glass lens on the other. Sorry.
Sounds like something.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're a little fuzzy.
There we go.
Yeah.
Bob,
How many books can I carry?
somebody has a bag of holding here.
I do.
Yeah, and all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Bob, why don't you go ahead and give me some kind of maybe an intelligence or a history or something to see if you can identify what this object is.
Sure. I've got Arcana and History proficiency. You tell me.
Whatever you think Bob would use to identify this.
We'll save History. So that's a 27.
Okay. You know that this is a very rare thing called a spyglass. It is used to help folks navigate, see things very far away, etc.
I will enlighten everyone as to what this is used for. Is it a collapsible one?
Mhm.
Or is it? Oh, okay.
It's really
Oh.
nice. It's you can tell it's got gold inlay, and it's just a really beautiful piece.
Yeah. So I will let everyone know that this is a spyglass. It's collapsible and lets you see things far away as if they were close.
You also, at this time, hear a sound. It's like the rustling of paper coming back from the alcove in the other room.
Go towards it.
Yeah.
Make sure that the trap's not reset if that scroll thing showed back up again.
You do indeed see that the scroll has reappeared on this alcove. But the crossbow bolts in the corners are still down and seem to have
Okay.
fired.
Interesting.
I look and see what it says. Just it probably is just instructions, but
So as you look at this scroll, you can't read it. It's so blurry and odd. You just can't. Your eyes just can't read the words inscribed on it.
I will look through the spyglass at the.
Oh, wise young Ted.
oh wow, you go, Bob.
All right, let me pull up another handout for you and see if this will work.
It says bitch pudding.
All right, so I will read. It says, "The risen dead shall be unmade and fall before the azure blade. With this oath, I am thus bound to seek undead and strike them down.
And as you speak those words aloud, you hear another grinding sound, and the wall that holds this scroll begins to sink into the floor, revealing a second treasure room.
Oh.
Wow.
All right. And this one, you see that on the far side of this room, there is like a little alcove wall, and then on this small pedestal in front of it is this stone that is just glowing with this bright blue pulsing light and has some kind of strange sigil inscribed upon it. And right next to it is a sword that is laying on cloth at the feet of this thing. This appears to be one of the glyph stones that you were searching for.
Kara's eyes get really big as she sets eyes on the sword.
Also, as this happens, you hear a clicking sound from the room with the brazier in it.
Oh, maybe the portcullis is down.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so special sword. I'm going to throw up the handout, but I will also read what these things do for you all, since it is a little bit blurry on this end. So one
So
second.
pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to show you guys. So one of the cool things about this module is they really, really took a lot of time to build cool handouts. So every single item, piece of treasure that you get in here has a handout. It's pretty cool. Also, I'll show you guys also the glyph stone one that you would get here. So it's just really cool. There's this whole section in the back with all this awesome stuff going on. So let me read you what the sword does here. And I believe the sword requires attunement, but I will read the description. The mighty sword of deep blue steel is decorated with a golden hilt. A ruby sits in the pommel, and inscriptions along the blade promise death to the undead and the name Welkin. Andronicus was a legendary warrior, and this was his favorite weapon. Okay. Oh, it has fast attunement on it. So the item only requires 5 minutes to attune to instead of
Wow.
a short rest. If somebody did want to attune to it. It has the Undead Slayer feature, so it's +2 bonus to all attack and damage rolls. I'm going to assume you're casting Identify on this.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. +2 bonus to all attack and damage against undead. It has the Break Illusion feature. When the sword touches an illusion, the illusion is dispelled. If the illusion is permanent, it is suppressed for 1 hour. And then it is also an adaptable blade. So as an action, the attuned bearer may change the weapon's type to a short sword, long sword, or great sword.
Oh. I want it.
Take.
I would tell everybody that that's what it does.
Kara, how would you feel if I carried this for a while? You could borrow it when you want it, but
It's fast attunement, so...
how about I just hold on to it?
I mean, yeah, it's better than your crummy short sword. You might as well take it.
Thank you. She's trying to hold back her excitement. Yeah, she snatches it very quickly.
Mhm. And so also the glyph stone also has the fast attunement feature. Those who are attuned to it gain a permanent +2 to their hit points. And then once, as a bonus action, the glyph stone may be touched to another creature, and the bearer of the stone can choose to lose up to 20 hit points and give it to another creature.
Oh, that's cool.
But also, yes. Anybody want to attune to that?
I don't have 20 hit points to give.
I got hit points. I will happily give up hit points for the rest of you.
All right, that works for me then.
All right, so is Kara attuning to this glyph stone?
Yeah.
Okay, so while you carry the glyph stone and are attuned to it, the glyph stone is quasi-sentient, and it awakens within you a concern for others when they are wounded.
Aw.
So
That's nice.
just something that becomes a personality trait that you begin to see. more, as long as you are attuned to the stone. Okay, let me double check. Any other treasure? That is all. And you can definitely tell that the that gate in the brazier room has now lifted, allowing you to pass on in the Dungeon of Doom.
Before we go forward, does anybody, Ted, I think that you got hit by those arrows. Do you want to just use some hit dice to regain those or anything?
Yeah, if we're gonna take a short rest, I will absolutely do that.
Yeah, if you guys want, do we all want to take a little, 5-minute real-life break? Okay. All right, everybody. So we are going to be right back. We're going to take, a 5-minute break or so, and then we will all be back there. So let me just go ahead and switch the screen, and we'll be right back.
Whee!
All right, and we should be back. Let me just, yep. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back. So that was some, LARPing. We took a break. Our characters took a short rest. That's what that was.
Good enough.
All right, so you guys have survived the first part that was given to the Venture Maidens of the Dungeon of Doom. Again, that was Deadly Corners, which is one of 15 sections of this dungeon. And as you saw, you can easily pull that piece out and incorporate it into your own game or your own dungeons, or you can link all of these together like we're doing now as we're heading into the second room. And I will not tell you the name of that one. It will become apparent. I promise. All right, so short rest. Anything else you guys wanted to do before heading through that portcullis that now is open?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
I have yet to be touched. And I've got a sweet sword.
Well,
Cast guidance on whoever goes first.
okay.
Because my guidance is gone now, yeah? It doesn't last that long.
Yeah, it lasts for a minute.
Okay.
Or till you use it.
Or till you use it, then I can cast it again.
All right, so who's in front? Kara, I'm assuming?
I go forward.
Okay. So, as you go forward down this hallway, let me just check my notes, make sure we get it. Okay, let me go ahead and cue a new image for you.
Yeah, it's so weird. All of our videos go a little bit blurry every now and then.
I'm not sure why. Maybe
We
my
all
image...
have ghosts.
They're back.
They're with us.
All right. So, an entrance hallway leads to a long antechamber. A wall on your left side displays two colorful tile mosaics, while the opposite wall bears a grand vaulted archway closed off by massive iron double doors. So you reach the end of this hallway here, and you seem to be in some kind of, maybe a reception room or lobby of some kind. But again, those two really bright, colorful tiled mosaics of sort of just abstract designs are on the left side, and then you see a very large set of double doors on the other side.
It's an empty room otherwise.
Yes.
I will light up the lantern just in case.
So glad you brought this. All right, so you see that the mosaics...
So glad. Clearly Matt says I'm really upset.
You see that the mosaics are indeed an illusion. And standing behind them, kind of built into the wall, are these stone figures of these very large, like wide-shouldered, not gender-specific in any way, but just kind of faces and hunched, big shoulders seemingly fused into the rock wall. And they are covered in a bunch of these strange, arcane-looking glyphs.
Oh, use your sword to smack the illusion.
Okay. I do that.
Yeah. What happens when your sword banishes illusions? You get to pick. Is it sparkly? Is it just go away? Or what's the deal?
Oh, well, then, yeah, it's sparkly if there's that option.
It's whatever your imagination can do.
Whatever the color it was, this bronze figure, it's just like these glittering bronze flakes just blow away from it like an explosion.
Yeah, so you destroy the mosaic illusion that was in front of it, and so now you all can see the truth, which is behind the wall. It was concealing these large stone figures. Even as you get close to the illusion, though, they don't seem to respond or activate. They just look like carved statues.
I poke it.
It is stone, and it is cold.
I would like to investigate it using my dwarven stone cunning.
Sure, do it.
Stone, friend, speak to me.
Yes.
Yes. As she's like stroking the leg.
So these things probably they stand about 8 feet tall. So
nice. Yeah, so she's like
you come up to like waist.
Oh, that motion, the way you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Never mind. Move on.
Wow. Well, that's a gift for me later when I watch the video. Thank you. All right, Dwarven and stone cutting. Let's see. What would you know, Dwarven? Stone cutting. Okay. So the stone that these things are made of, it's different. It's been infused with magical energy. You can tell because the stone is slightly spicy.
Yes.
Yep, and it's just
your lip and yeah,
Yep.
definitely tastes like magic.
yeah, it's lively. There's something, definitely an enchantment or some kind of magic that's been made into these things. Yep, and you can also tell that there is the potential for these things to walk out of this, that like that thin seal, it's sort of like they're vacuum sealed into the wall right now, so it's a tight fit, but they definitely could move out and forward. Yes, very magic stone.
She relays this to everyone else.
Mm.
But if they activate to walk, we should figure out what makes them start moving before they act.
Wouldn't it probably be those big doors?
That's a good call.
And I say, well, hang on. I may have something. And
I thought you might, Bob.
I will walk over, since Celeste is always so nice when I come to these guest things. It's like, you could choose some magic items that your character has. And so far, every time, I've done the perfect one to just screw up everything she's done.
All right, let's hear it.
So I will take out my paintbrush, and I will size up things, and I will look at it, and I say, well, we're going to take a little sap green, and I'm going to start mixing it together with a little phthalo green, and I'm going to point forth, and I'm going to use this as my wand of viscid globs, and I will shoot an orb of green energy that hits and then automatically hardens and restrains whatever I hit with it for an hour. And the only way to remove it before that hour is with like universal solvent or oil of etherealness.
This is insane. So you like mucus this thing? You slime this thing?
Yeah, but it's paint. But yes.
Oh my god. So you trap it in a goo cocoon.
I say, I think
man.
we'll be all right.
All right, and you're doing this to one of the...
I'll both. I have 7 charges of this, so...
Well, all right then.
Oh, yes. All right.
If you're curious, this is a famous wand made very, very famously used by Jarlaxle, actually, in all of the literature. But yeah,
Very cool.
That was incredible, Bob.
says he just waggles his paintbrush, cleans it off in some mineral spirits you didn't know were there, and he's beat the devil out of it, and he just bangs it, cleans off the brush.
Fantastic.
Well, so now you are standing in this entryway room with 2 snot golems and a set of big double doors.
I guess we should try the doors then.
Do you want to take one door mage hand and I'll take the other?
So it's a double set.
Yeah,
So,
the two handles I meant.
You're gonna be
we'll give it a
cool
shot.
as heck. All right. As you do so, the doors are unlocked, and let me go ahead and change this image for you.
And I say, man, nobody locks the doors in this dungeon. It doesn't really make a whole lot of well, whatever.
Well, why lock them if you've got traps?
I guess that's true.
Yes. So as you see, what do you see?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
The iron doors swing open to reveal an enormous echoing hall. 2 sets of wide steps curve upward at the left and right, beginning at either wall and meeting at a tall landing in the center of the chamber. In front of the landing, down on the ground floor, is an enormous raised fire pot fiercely burning. It roars and crackles as if freshly fed, and you can feel its warmth even from the doorway. The landing leads to the elevated back half of the hall, and your eyes are immediately drawn to the fearsome statue of a massive bull that dominates this upper area. The creature is sculpted of iron, silver, and brass. Flanking the statue are 2 ancient tiered pillars bearing strange carvings. The far wall behind the statue is carved with the likeness of 2 hulking humanoids, the stone embellished with brass and silver. Between them is an open doorway. Through the doorway, you can just make out the purple glow of one of the glyph stones of Eldred. So if you guys can see the photo that I've posted here, this is your viewway from the door point. So you are far back in this hallway, and then on the other end, you can see that big roaring brazier there, and then the flank set of stairs that leads up to another level that has, again, that bull and 2 more of those creatures that you just left behind in the other room. Also, I did crawl around on my tummy to get a photo. This is my own Dwarven Forge picture.
Oh, it looks really good. I thought that was one of the ones they provided.
No, I did that.
Yeah, Ellie.
I turned off all the lights and turned on the little LED braziers.
I wish that the cat was in the background.
That's great.
Anyway, you're welcome, Internet. So that is what you see. It is
Ooh.
eerily silent in this chamber.
I just want to prep Shatter if one of them makes a move to attack.
Okay. Yeah, and so these things still are probably maybe 100 feet away from you. Like, because you are at the far end of this room, and they are all the way up there, up some tiers, and up on the far side.
All right. I want to go up one of those sets of stairs
Okay.
and go check out what's happening over there.
Alright, so let me just go ahead and hold this up here. Okay, so as you begin to walk up the sets of stairs, I need you to go ahead and make me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
The floor, the stairs go flat, and suddenly the stairway becomes this large slide that's throwing you back.
That's a natural 20.
That's 3. Okay, so you managed to just comfortably walk down and slide down safely to the bottom, though you feel like if you hadn't, like, skittered off in time, you would have been thrown into that brazier right in the center of the room.
Would have been rude.
And that was the left staircase that you walked up, because why not?
So that was fun.
You all watched Kara just whoop!
Out of
Real cute.
out of curiosity, how high are the ceilings in this room?
30 feet.
How high did Kara get before the stairs flattened out?
To like the second to top step.
Oh wow.
Oh, let me get all the way up there.
So you would have a lot of momentum to get thrown into the tub of fire.
Nice. Yeah, naturally. I like where their head's at.
It was a DC 17, so I'm very upset. You got an actual 20.
Well, I can only imagine there's going to be another one on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I have a rope. Can I lasso it and try and like hook the rail of the staircase?
There is no rail on the staircase. They're just carved.
And I'll say, well, hang on just one sec. I may have something.
Everyone always let Bob inspect everything.
Yeah,
let me
don't do
just-
anything till
let me
Bob
He's
see if
goes.
the
this
dungeon
works.
expert.
So I'll say, well, I can cast Spider Climb on someone. They can just walk up the wall up there.
That sounds fun.
Oh, all right. And I'll just cast it on Kara. So as long as I concentrate, you have Spider Climb. So
Cool.
and I paint little spiders on your shoes.
Oh, God! Bob should open an Etsy store.
I want spider shoes. Excellent. All right. I walk up the wall that's like in the middle of the stairs. It's just like up over the top.
Yeah, so you kind of skirt around the brazier there and just walk up top. And as you hit that top step there, So now you're standing on this level. And let me go ahead and just zoom in for you a little bit. Okay, so as you approach the landing, you note that the relief carvings depicting humanoids fighting bulls decorate the 2 tall pillars, along with writing in a strange language. The moment you step onto the landing, the metal bull's eyes glow a malevolent red, and it snorts a puff of green gas from its nostrils. This is no ordinary bull. It's a Gorgon.
I know it!
The massive beast charges straight towards you, and as it steps off the platform, the door behind it clangs shut. Let's go ahead and roll some initiative, everybody.
Initiative.
I got an 11.
Oh, Celeste, you are blurry.
I know. Look at my hand,
Oh, no.
everybody. Oh no! Oh, we're back. Okay. Sorry, Saye was an 11, and
No.
Oh.
I rolled a 22.
I got an 11.
So did I.
I knew
Yeah,
I
nice.
heard 11 somewhere.
And I got a 19.
Okay. Bob, 19. And let me roll some stuff. Let me not roll, like, butts. Maybe? Please?
Don's butts.
Let's see. Zoltar, roll with me. Buddy, give me your crazy powers. Alright, now let me roll for something else. Some other thing that you don't have to worry about?
It surely will never come up.
Nope.
I am eating Carolina Reaper jerky right
Why would you do that on
awesome.
stream?
now. I know it's delicious,
Are you
honestly.
sobbing? You
No, it's
monster?
not that bad. It's just so tasty. I'm sorry. And
Thank you for sharing.
it's
All right.
firing me up for this.
Good. Oh, there you go. Okay. Sorry, getting all my notes together. All right, so first off, Kara, this Gorgon charged directly at you and gets to move first. Okay. Or immediately makes this attack. Sorry, let the creatures. Oh my god. Got it. Alright, so this thing steps down off of its pedestal and just runs at you at full speed, and you are alarmed at how fast something so large and so heavy could move, but it's definitely coming for you, and you hear this mechanical whirring sound coming from deep within the creature as it gets closer to you. So, oh boy, that's a crit. That's fun.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh! As a reaction, I'm gonna activate the shield on my armor to add a +5 to my AC, and then activate the electricity damage.
Okay. All right. So then it is still going to get a 29.
Yeah, that'll still
Okay. All right. So it'll go ahead and then it's goring you with its horns as it just reams and just slams into you. So that's going to be 28 piercing damage as it hits you there. And it's throwing the full weight of its body behind you. So I'm also going to need you to make a strength saving throw.
Gladly. 22.
Okay, so this thing goes head to head with you, and you can tell that it is trying to push you off the ledge, like down into the fire pit. But you manage to like stand your ground against this thing as you are pushing back this bullhead that's just swinging wildly at you. Oh wow!
Also, sure, the spider climb boots help to keep you stuck to the ground.
Yeah, you're so stuck. Your little spiders on your shoes light up, and everything's fine. All right, and then here we go. And then it is at this point that the 2 golems on the far side, on the back walls, detach from the walls, and you begin to hear like moving sounds as they start walking forward to meet you. So they have activated, and then Saye, it's to you. So you, from the ground level, can't see that the golems are activated, but but you can see now all of a sudden this giant Gorgon is now squaring off, threatening to push Kara off into the fire below.
Yes. Man, well, I can help you out if you fall, Kara, but since I'm gonna try and hit the thing that's pushing her off.
Okay, the Gorgon.
So, yeah, I'm gonna load a crossbow.
All right, go ahead and try to hit this thing.
Pew pew. Oh my god. 10 to hit.
Nope. It clangs and your bolt shatters off of its metallic body.
An extra attack.
All right.
Okay. 21 to hit.
Okay, the 21 will hit.
That's 7 damage. Not a whole lot against middle Gorgon.
And then this is just non-magical.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the creature doesn't even seem to react. Like, you managed to hit it between one of its metallic plates, but you just see the crossbow, like, shatter, as it kind of sticks in there. All right, anything else for your turn?
Is the wall flat? Like, what are the walls made of?
So the walls all around you are made of stone. They are flat, even stone that goes up 30 feet to the ceiling. The only other distinguishing feature are those two really tall pillars that are just like kind of on the edge on either side, that are carved in the strange writings and the illustrations of people fighting bulls.
Does it look climbable or at least leapable from a pillar to that platform?
So the platform is about 15 feet up from where you are, and the columns are on top of the platform.
Oh.
Can you run up walls yet?
I was gonna say, you're level 9. Can't you run up walls?
No, that's I think that's not yet.
We're level 9 now.
I think that's...
No, I can't climb up walls. I have slow fall, but I can't climb up walls.
Oh, is that a different kind of monk?
I think that's under the unarmed movement speed, but
You could definitely run across water.
Oh, yeah, wait, whoops.
yeah, up walls and
Yeah.
across water.
If you can run across water,
Oh.
you can run up the
I
wall.
can't believe that fucking slipped my mind. All right, I'm gonna just, walk up a wall. Right there, Kara.
Yeah, for sure. So you can just easily go ahead, run up there. So you can jump up to that platform. So now you are on that same level where Kara is there at the very edge fighting off the bull. And then you can now see that on the two side, those two golems have activated and are starting to move towards you. And Saye, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check?
18.
Okay, so you notice that the alcoves from where the golems stepped out, there is something gleaming in those alcoves, like something metallic.
Mm-hmm.
But that just catches your attention in the midst of all of this. So what would you
Okay.
like to do?
Is that not the end of my turn? I've already attacked twice and climbed up.
Oh,
the
I'm
wall.
sorry. Yes. You crossbow bolt. You ran up there, saw everything. Cool. You're up the walls.
Okay.
All right, and then Bob, what's up?
All right. So how far away are they from us? Like down on the bottom.
Yeah, so y'all, I don't think moved into the room except for Kara.
Mhm.
So you've got like 40 feet between the entry doors where you are to the base of the stairs, and then it's
Okay.
15 feet up, and then those golems are like 30 feet back, and you can't see them from where you are currently.
Okay. So I will move into the room. We'll say 15 feet into the room. And then I will use an action and I'll say, "Oh, come out, little friend." And I'll take out my paintbrush and I'll dab some colors together to make a strangely metallic silver. And I will begin to paint on the ground a sort of four-legged crab-like structure that juts up to what looks like a ballista mounted on crab legs, and I will summon forth my Force Ballista as an action, which is a thing artificers can do.
What?
I can make turrets. I can choose to make a flamethrower, a Force Ballista, or a pulsing temporary hit points one. So I will summon forth my ballista.
Damn.
It can also climb and walk up walls, but I will move. It'll start to move, and then as a bonus action on my turn after summoning it, I will activate it, and I will have it launch a force ballista at the Gorgon.
What the fuck?
Wow.
It'll be
Okay.
This is nuts.
a 17.
17 is just going to do it. That is the number.
All right, it's going to take 6 points of force damage, and it's pushed 5 feet back.
Ah, lame. Okay, so it takes that force damage, and then it seems startled as, like, its giant body is just pushed back, and you hear the scraping of steel on stone as you drive it back. And Kara, suddenly, you, like, tumble for a moment as the pressure is released, but then you manage to find your ground there. But, alright. Force turret. God damn it.
I mean, I could have made it a flamethrower, but the force ballista has more damage, more range.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, at 14, you can make 2.
That's insane.
And you can blow them up as an action to do damage, knock people back.
I know what I'm playing next time.
It's a pretty good time.
Actually, can we just have a party full of artificers?
Oh, there'd be so much exploding.
I mean, I created the Lantern of Revealing. That was one of my things. I made that magic item.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, sweet. Anything else for your turn, Bob?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. All right, then we are back around, and it is the Gorgon once again. So I am going to, let's see. It is going. Yeah, it is going to start smoking more of that green noxious vapor from its nose, and now it's not just like a little puff; it becomes full, and it's filling up the entire space of this area here. So this is poison. So I don't know if you have to make a save, Kara, but Saya, you will definitely have to make a Constitution saving throw as poison gas fills this entire space. I got it.
Hell yeah.
8.
22.
Ugh. Okay, so the 22 is going to pass, but you would still take half damage. So, Kara, you are going to take 11 poison damage. Saya, you are going to take 22 poison damage as you just begin inhaling this acrid, horrible smoke that just like feels like it's scratching your lungs as it's going down.
Damn.
Whoa. What? On a failed save, the target additionally begins to turn to stone and is restrained.
Oh my god.
Gorgons are pretty nasty.
Yep. So, Saye, you feel your limbs start to get really heavy.
No.
And, like, your body is just starting to not respond as fast as you would like it to. And you are restrained. So you get to repeat this save at the end of your next turn. And if you fail
More
that,
stony.
you turn to stone for realsies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you get
Is that death or just, temporary?
until somebody can help you out.
Okay,
And
cool.
you can be unpetrified.
Yes.
Just as long as nobody breaks your stone body apart.
Cool. That's cool.
All right. So that happened. Okay, and then with its other, let's see.
One more level, you're immune to poison.
I know.
But not today!
Yeah.
And it is going to go ahead and... I believe that's all it can do on its turn. So it's going to go ahead and just puff out this smoke, and you can hear the chuffing of this great creature and the whirring of gears again as this is happening. All right, and so there's a bunch of poison gas just hanging up out there. So we go to Farah.
Okay, so I can see this creature, right?
You can, yes.
Okay, and I'm going to cast Shatter on it at 4th level.
How dare.
So it's going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. All right. Oh, that is very good. That would be a 23.
Wow, balls.
It gets a +6 to Constitution.
Oh, wow. Is it a construct, though?
It
It's
is not.
So it gets disadvantage.
It is
Right.
not considered a construct.
Is it made of metal or inorganic material?
You know, I would say it is. The stats don't say it is, but yes.
Huh.
Sure. Go ahead and get the additional.
I don't think you get additional. I think you just get disadvantage on the.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right, so that was a 19.
Okay, that works. I got a 17 on damage, so that's 8.
Ugh. All right.
That sucks.
It makes like a angry roaring sound as you're just sending these vibes over towards it, and again it's just chuffing, and you can feel its like hoof start to hit the ground again as it's preparing for another charge.
Okay,
And
that was a sad move, but no, that's my turn.
All right. And then moving along, Kara.
All right. So it's the start of my turn. She activated her armor, so it's gonna take 5 electricity damage.
Ow! Pew! Ugh.
Yep.
Ah.
And then she is going to use her helmet as her action to also cast Shatter. So it's gonna
Lame!
have to make another save.
Rude! Okay. All right. Here are these roll. Okay, so 24, and it doesn't have disadvantage on this one, right? Oh, it does. Yeah, 24.
Yeah.
And then 12.
Ha ha! All right, so that will be 13 damage.
Lame.
Woo! We'll slowly shatter this thing to pieces.
Yeah. You can see its head is like weaving back and forth. Oh, and Kara, it's been so long. Tell the people what your helmet does, how that works.
Yes. So, yeah, her helmet, the horns on her helmet begin to glow with this like bright light, and you hear this ah that goes out from it. And these sound waves just come barreling at this metal bowl, and then she's going to action surge because fuck you.
Fair enough.
And use her bonus action on her regular turn to rage, and now we're gonna smack this fucking thing.
That's what you think.
Oh yeah, so first is a 22 to hit,
Yes.
and then it's gonna be 9 magic slashing damage and 4 cold damage.
Okay.
And then her second attack will be a 24,
Yes.
and that will be 6 cold damage and 11 slashing damage, magic slashing.
Ugh. All right. So you are definitely like chipping into this thing with your sword, though there is again that sharp clang as you're cutting through these metallic like plates on its body. Okay. So
Yeah.
You may just need to reactivate the stream, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I stop streaming then?
You can stop streaming. Oh, wait. I see us again.
Oh, you do?
I do. I just
Oh,
refreshed my page and I see us, so I think we're
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Refreshing.
That just reconnected.
Now there's a Discover app or a Discover ad playing.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
That was weird.
Sorry, I heard a large crashing noise coming from my living room, and there are cats in this house, so I'm just putting those pieces together. But we are back. I'm so sorry about that, gang. Thank you all for sticking with us. Yeah, this is just too awesome. My Gorgon turned off the internet.
Mm.
So anyway, that was Kara's turn. Anything else from Kara as you're just sparking off of this thing?
No, that'll be it.
Okay, perfect. All right, then it's my golem's turn. All right, so they are going to go ahead and stomp closer and closer to a now restrained Saye and Akara up on their level.
Love that for me.
Mm-hmm. All right, so as these golems walk, totally expressionless, the stomping the ground shakes with each step. They both extend their right hands out towards you, and their hands, there's this rune on them that begins to glow with this sickly green light. And then this bolt of energy is going to shoot to hit you, Saye.
Like a missile, can I deflect it?
It's a ray, so no, unfortunately. Okay, so that is definitely going to hit you. Oh, okay. That'll be 31 force damage.
How much?
31 points of force damage. Yep. And you see
16 hit points.
Mm-hmm. And Saye, as your attention is brought towards this thing, you see that there are 4 glowing lights in the chest of this thing. And as this blast hits you, one of those 4 lights goes out. And then the other golem is going to fire at Kara. 25 will hit you, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That is going to be 26 points of force damage.
Oh, jeez.
And just like the other one, you see one of its 4 lights go out.
Is it turning us into golems?
I don't know. You do feel pretty stony right now. Oh boy. Okay. Perfect. And these things will continue on towards you. So Saye, one of them gets like right in your face now, and is standing there all primed to attack you next time. And another golem is going to come up and stand to flank with the Gorgon itself. So Kara, this thing is squaring off with you. So now both Farah and Bob can see this other golem.
Oh, good. Okay.
Fighting against this thing up here. All right, and with that, we're going to jump to Saye. Go ahead and make me a saving throw.
Oh, right.
Constitution.
Okay, well, 22.
Okay. So you pass, so you will not be petrified. You begin to feel control of your own body returning to you as the gas begins to dissipate and you get clean air into your lungs. But that is your turn.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then Bob, jump into you.
All right. The poison or the gas that came from the Gorgon, is it like permeating, or is it left?
It's dissipating
it's not, like,
now. So
okay.
if you went up there, you would be okay.
Gotcha. Well, I currently have no means of getting up there at the moment. So what I will do is I will have my turret walk 15 feet up a wall, and then I'll have it shoot the golem that's fighting Soya.
Okay.
That is going to be a 26 to hit.
No, they're amazing.
No? It will take 8 points of force damage, and it is pushed back 5 feet
Okay.
away from her.
Ted, tell me something about this golem that's different from the other golem.
Huh. All right. Did you describe exactly what you said they had expressionless faces?
Yeah.
Or are they like
for the most
humanoid
part,
in nature?
They're just sort of, I mean, they're really funny. Hang on, let me hold up one of my...
They're the ones that are covered in the goo, right?
No, these are the different ones.
Oh.
Oh, he's interesting.
Dwarven Forge, everybody.
Huh.
Look at these, they're really cool. Oh, let me show you, they pop out of the walls.
That's really cool.
That is really sweet. I love all the detail and all the pieces, like even the close-ups for the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they hand paint all of those.
Sorry, everybody. I tried to get, like, so these are the little walls that they come out of.
Cute.
So these are included with the... I tried to get
that.
good pictures for you all, but honestly, it can't do justice to how amazing all of this is, and I'm so happy that I own this and cannot wait to play with some friends when they get to here in my apartment.
We're going to say that this guy, his eyes, they're orange, obviously.
Yeah. Oh,
Best
weird.
color. Yeah, so he'll get knocked back 5 feet as my bonus action to move him and have the turret fire. And then I will take out a little sap green, a little phthalo green again,
How dare you?
and I'm going to let's see, that's a 25 to hit. A wanda of viscid globs at that golem that was fighting Sawya, so it is now restrained for an hour.
Okay. So only universal solvent can remove this?
A pint of more of alcohol, oil application of oil of etherealness, or universal solvent. Or if it is exposed to sunlight. If it's exposed to sunlight, or you wait for an hour to pass.
Oh, sunlight. Interesting.
It's Underdark, right? It's a Drowcraft thing.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Sure.
All right. So you stick all orange eyes in another barrel of snot.
Yep. And I
Huckleberry.
just giggle to myself.
Oh, God. All right. So that happens. And then we move along to my Gorgon. Yes. Kara, you've been standing next to this thing for a while. Why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check?
That'll be 14.
Okay. So that is enough to see that on the back of this creature, there is clearly a large panel. And as you notice that, this thing is coming at you. It is going to try and... Yep. Try and gore you again as it charges and raises its its horns down at you and just... So, let's go ahead and... nope. 12 is not going to hit you. Let's see if it's hoof attack. Yes, 26. As it misses you with its horn, so it doesn't get the charge attack. So it's going to raise up and strike down with its metallic hooves. Alright. Oh! That will be 20 bludgeoning damage.
Which will get halved!
And the target is pushed 10 feet. So, you are standing on the edge of this ledge here thing, and it comes charging at you, and you manage to, like, weave to the left, but then all of a sudden its hooves come and just push you right in the chest, and you feel something, like, break, maybe, as your ribs get reached, and you get kicked off of this ledge, and next thing you know, you're burning. You're burning so bad.
Ouch!
Yep, it kicked you off right into this large brazier here. And you are going to take... Alright, 8 points of fire damage. Not too bad. If you spend another round in the brazier, you have to take more damage.
Naturally.
So now you have been kicked off of this ledge and are wallowing in a brazier of fire. And then we move down to Farah.
Ouch, I'm hurting real bad.
Yeah, so I want to know...
Ooh, both y'all are hurting.
Yeah,
I'm down 80 hit points.
you sure are. So I want. Can I use my distance spell and my extended spell at the same time? It doesn't say that it can only be applied to one spell.
Sure, why not?
Okay, great. Then I'm going to spend 5 sorcery points to cast level 4 healing on Saya and Kara.
Nice.
Oh, thank you!
Nice. You don't have to touch them to do that?
With distance spell, I get 30 feet.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
super nice.
See, I don't know anything about sorcerers, so you are going to get away with whatever you want, Katie.
Great. I can actually do this all for just 1 sorcery point since it's just 1 action.
Damn, honey.
All right. So that's going to be 22 plus 5, 27 points.
Both.
Oh, thank you.
Each. You get it.
Oh man, having a healer on the Venture Maidens. What is this? What is this crap? Alright.
And then she's just going to kind of awkwardly just stand there because she can't get up. I got you. Keep hitting it.
Thanks.
While Kara is wallowing in the brazier currently, right now. Alright,
This barbarian's on fire!
God. And Kara, it is your turn. Speak of.
Oh, look at that! Speak of the devil. All right. So, gotta get out of the fire, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that going to be an action to get out?
No, you can do it like standing. It'll take like half your move.
Okay, yeah, stand up, step out,
Mhm.
run back up that wall again.
Yep.
Yep. I will also note your sword does not stop being on fire. So it is a light in your hand. As it fell in the fire, it got coated, and it's still coated in flames.
Interesting. I raise my eyebrows and like, think about that later. Not
Yep.
really sure.
So you get back up there, a little bit more singed.
And now, I'm gonna, set myself up next to Saye, and I'm gonna start keep wailing on that Gorgon again.
All right.
More. And I make sure to stay 5 feet away from the edge.
Fair.
All right, first hit will be a 29.
Yes.
Second hit will be a 23. Third hit will be a 22. Let's go!
Fine.
Let me get to... So is it going to do a d8 of fire damage instead of cold damage? Or
It will deal an extra d8 of fire damage in addition to your cold damage.
Whoa, fire and ice.
So nice. Why? Why did I do that? I don't know why.
Because we love you and you're nice.
Thanks.
1, 2, 3. There we go.
Let me double check. I think it might actually be more than 1d8. Because it's a magic bracia.
There's something glowy in the walls where they came from, Kara.
Oh, shit. Maybe I should go look at that. No.
No,
Magic.
you're better at hitting them. You hit them. I'll look on my turn. I don't say my turn, though.
Yeah, you go.
And we can't, from where we are, we can't see where they were, right?
Correct.
Bummer.
There we go. All right. Oh my god, guys, I have this many dice. It's a lot.
Oh. No.
Okay, let's do some math. So that's 10 plus 8. That's 18, 19, 27.
Wait, Saye, did you actually call out, I can see the glowy things from where the golems came from?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bob, you did hear that.
Oh, good.
I mean,
Ah.
just if.
Well, I mean, I can see things that I could see normally out as if I'm only a foot away from them, due to my eyes of minute seeing.
Maybe if you stood on your tippy toes and looked over the edge. You could
Yeah, maybe I'll.
Get him your
I'll.
courage back.
Yeah, I could climb on him. He's got a 10 strength. He's not too strong, but I'm an elf. I'm pretty lithe.
Why the
That's
love
gonna be 47 damage altogether.
Oh, damn!
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. That's disgusting. All right. What does that look like?
So she, like, her hair is just singed and it's still a little bit on fire, and she's now got this blazing bright sword, and she goes and she, like, runs past Saye, sword over hand, and just swings, and the metal of the sword clangs and it sparks the fire on the sword even more as she just starts, like, getting in chops at, like, the neck and the body of this beast.
You give this thing a wailing, but it is still going. But now you definitely hear like clicking and maybe sounds of error coming from inside this thing. You did a massive amount of damage, but it is still going, and it looks like it still has quite a bit of fight left in it.
All right. Well then.
It's like if Kara was a monster. This thing just keeps going.
I love it.
You've met your match. All right, and so we have one snot golem. Cool. And then the other golem that's still there though is gonna fire off another one of these bad boy beams.
But the stock golem he's restrained. He can still attack. It's just a disadvantage.
Oh, I thought he couldn't do anything.
No, he's restrained as per the condition, so he has 0 movement speed, disadvantage on dex saves. His attacks are a disadvantage, and attacks against it are at advantage.
I see. So he will also try to fire a beam. You also do hear frustrated sounds coming from the entry room from behind you. Very frustrated sounds. All right,
Beep
so
boop bop.
yeah, okay. So Orange Eyes is gonna go ahead and try one of these beams at disadvantage to hit Saye. So 20. Oh, 20 or 22.
Oh, good.
Very nice, very nice. So. Oh god, that was so many. Alright, that'll be 21 points of force damage. And then one is firing at Kara. Kara, what's interesting about this golem?
It's the only one wearing pants.
Alright, so Pants is gonna fire at you. Okay, so 22 to hit?
That'll do it.
Alright. Okay, that will be 27 points of force damage. And both of the glowy runes go dead, so now they're both down to 2.
Okay, cool.
Alright, and then... Saye.
I want to try to parkour over to the glowy thing in the alcoves.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and the golem in front of you is restrained, so I don't believe it actually can.
It was also pushed 5 feet back.
Oh, okay. So you are fine, yeah. You can just
Okay.
run around this thing covered in paint. Sticky paint.
Sticky paint.
Old paint. The paint
Wait.
that you leave open and then forget it's there, and yeah.
Then it's a little bit less exciting than parkouring, but I make my way over to the alcove.
Okay, and as you do, you see that hidden in that little alcove is a weapon rack of some kind. So you see that there are a bunch of different swords and spears, all kinds of different weapons there. But the thing that definitely catches your attention is this black rope lasso that is hung right in the middle of all of these weapons.
It might just be kinky enough for Saye.
You know what? You're right. Yeah, I'll take the rope and as well as 2. Are the weapons glowing or are they just illuminated?
They're just illuminated. It was just torchlight coming off of.
Oh,
You saw
okay.
the glint of metal from all of these different weapons on these racks here.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I'll just take a spear and a rope and the rope.
Okay. It's not a rope, it's a lasso.
A lasso, excuse me.
Lasso of truth?
I don't know.
I'll lasso the last remaining what's it called? Fighting Kara?
Golem?
The golem?
Mhm.
I want to lasso him.
Okay. So go ahead and make me let's see if they give me stats. I mean, it's definitely going to be an attack.
Just-
Ranged attack like you would with like a crossbow.
A dex?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. 20, 21.
Okay. Yeah, so you definitely above your head and throw it down, and you have lassoed this creature, so it's successfully wrapped around this thing.
Does anything happen to it?
Nope. It kind of blinks. It turns. Pants Golem kind of turns and looks at you stupidly.
Okay, then I will try to ram it at the same time with the spear that I grabbed.
Okay. So you've already made a weapon attack for this turn. Is this your extra attack to throw the spear?
Sure.
Okay. Yep. So go ahead and roll to try and hit with the spear.
18 to hit.
Okay. That will not do it. Your spear shatters as it crashes into this thing.
Dang.
Okay, then I'm gonna take my special gift that I can use right now.
Yes, you can always use your gifts from the Sisters
Okay.
of Sorrow.
And I get an extra round with my gift of the present.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to use my fist this time because it's lassoed. I don't know if it's doing anything to restrain him, but 21 to hit
Yes.
with 10 damage.
Okay.
And then on my second attack, or my extra attack, I'll cast Flurry of Blows. I'll spend a key point.
All right.
And that's 21 to hit
Yes.
Hell yeah.
with only 5 damage. And finally, 19 to hit.
That will not do it.
Oh.
20 is your number.
Dang.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So you're punching this thing. You're punching it, and it's in a lasso, and it's just kind of looking down at you. With
Human.
this black lasso wrapped around its tummy. All right, and then moving on, Bob.
All right. I will, as bonus action, walk my turret 15 feet along the wall
Mm-hmm.
and have him shoot. So the Gorgon's still up, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I will have it shoot the Gorgon,
Okay.
which is a 19 to hit.
The Gorgon, yes.
Okay, so the Gorgon will take 9 points of force damage,
Okay.
and it is pushed back 5 feet from Kara. And then I will take some sap green, a little tallow green.
You
I'm
got
gonna
sticky my
launch-
Gorgon.
I'm going to stick your Gorgon. Natural 20. Gorgon is stuck.
Woo! Stuck.
That's what he said.
So that is
This
3
is the
charges
worst.
left in the wand.
This is the worst item ever made. Okay. Yep. So the Gorgon
That's it for me.
is stuck. Neat. And then Farah.
Okay, since Sai went further back, I don't think I can see her anymore.
No, I don't believe so.
So
Oh, no,
I'm
no.
going-
The golem was moving up towards the front, towards the action, so you can see Saye.
Okay. All right. I'm going to then I guess I'll do a mass cure wounds. Even though Bob's totally fine.
Everybody on the
Yeah.
bottom level. is
I know. Come down here, guys. It's great.
My turret's also at full health, so you don't have to heal it.
fine. Don't worry, in case anyone was worried.
I mean, it does have 45 hit points, so it can be damage. It has 18 AC as well, if you need to know, Celeste.
Okay. So everybody, or you two get 20 hit points back.
Hell yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
And she's just gonna like walk 5 feet to use some movement.
Because you can.
Because I
Good.
can. I'm just like, ugh, stretch the legs.
I mean, nobody has tried the right staircase yet.
I'm gonna fall right into that thing.
Yeah, but you're a tiefling at least, so.
That's true.
No.
Fire!
Yeah, there-
Ow! It's like
Oh.
it's like mother's love.
So
I guess-
warm. Also a little bit painful.
I guess I'll move towards it just in case it gets to the point where I'm like, all right, I gotta start being able to touch people to heal them now. What the fuck is this?
All right, and then Kara. So the Gorgon is restrained. One of the golems is restrained. There's one that is still moving. There's
So
one that
if-
is still moving.
You've got advantage on any attacks against restrained creatures, so.
True. But do I just go after the one that still can hit me though? I feel like
Yeah, I mean, you do you, because you know what's happening next turn. So.
wail on them until they're dead.
Pretty much.
Fantastic. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go after the one that that is not restrained.
Okay.
Oh, 21 to hit.
Oh, sorry, you were frozen a little bit. 21 will hit. Okay.
Woo!
Five?
Put those dice on a pedestal.
Yeah. Those are the ones I mailed you. I'm sorry. Sorry,
You
I
sent
did
me the
that.
perfect ones.
I put all of my luck and I put them in your dice.
And then my next with my bonus attack will be a 26. Alright, so let me roll some dice. Alright, first I need you, and I need you. Alright, so for my first hit is 6, 8, 10 plus 6 is 16. And then for my crit,
Sounds like a lot of dice.
oh, it's
That brutal critical, though.
Brutal.
Oh, wait.
16,
Nope.
19,
Not that kind of barbarian.
20,
No, this is level 9 barbarian, though, but there's fighter in there.
34. 34 for the next one.
Okay.
And for my last one, 14.
Okay. Honestly, doesn't look like you've put much of a dent in this thing.
Fair. They probably have hella hit points.
You can barely tell. I mean, you're definitely chipping away at it, but it's still got miles to go.
Yeah.
Again, expressionless. Mr. Pants just stares at you.
Mr. Business!
With his 2 glowing runestone lights left. Alright, and then... Oh, and look, it's his turn. Oh, fun.
Oh, fun.
Before he gets slimed, might as well do something.
Yep.
So he don't fix what ain't broken. He's gonna shoot you with a ray.
Cool.
It gets +8 to hit, so it's like, why not? Okay, a 24.
Yep, that does it.
Alright, okay. Alright, that'll be 26 points of force damage. And he is down to 1 runestone.
Nice.
Alright, and then... So nice you have Farah here, just keeping you alive. And then Saye. You are there with this thing now that just shot Kara again. And has the lasso tied around it.
That's the thing that doesn't look like it has really suffered much.
Yes.
What do the other guys look like?
Covered in slime. Sticky, sticky slime.
And they can keep shooting at us.
Yes. Oh, damn it, I forgot to shoot you with the other one. Ah, that's on me. That's on me.
Fuck. I want this to be over. I kind of want to search this top level for something that helps or ends this.
Okay. You can see there was another weapon rack on the far side that was revealed by the other golem. You also do have these very strange pillars that have a bunch of weird carvings on them in the room.
Do I recognize any of the carvings or languages?
Do you want to go ahead and give that a little investigation check?
I sure do. That was pretty damn good. 21.
Right, yep, definitely. So you can decipher a bunch of the language written on this, and let me see here. I've got a handout for you. Congratulations for surviving this far. I'm sure you could use a rest now, but there's no time for that because I'm just getting warmed up. Now, prepare to face an even greater challenge, one of my deadliest creatures, the Doom Gorgon. The Doom Gorgon is one of my most nefarious and ingenious creations, a nigh unstoppable brute. I tested this creation over and over again against the strongest, fiercest, and toughest, and the bravest, but none could withstand my mighty beast. Once satisfied with its capacity for destruction, did I then bind it to serve within the walls of my dungeon of doom. Many have wondered in their final moments how I created such a terrifying monstrosity. It is simply that I am a true virtuoso with rituals that combined Dwarvenite-infused bones and dead barbarian souls to imbue life into my great abomination. Finally, because I am so generous, try not to confront my creation head-on with brawn. You'll most likely lose the thing you need the most to survive.
Rude. They haven't met me.
I relay that as I'm reading it out loud.
Screaming it in the middle of battle.
Someone wrote a goddamn novel on these pillars, so here we go. All right. Well, I'm gonna take out my
You also,
sword.
again, see that there are a bunch of icons of people fighting bulls on this. Not really fighting. More like taming?
Maybe gotta
Okay.
lasso the bull. Cowpoke.
I still have the other thing lassoed. Where's the bull? Is he goopied?
He's gooped.
He's gooped.
Been gooped.
Well then, why not? I unlasso the Gorgon, and
Unlasso the golem. Go ahead, and now that you have lassoed the golem, give me a sleight of hand check to see if you can go ahead and do this without incurring some damage.
oh shit.
But it also can't move the golem. Or the
She,
Gorgon.
she lassoed the one that is not gooped.
No, I'm saying the Gorgon is.
Yes, I understand, but she lassoed the
Gotcha.
golem that is still up right now.
I see. I get what you're saying.
7.
Nope. So you are trying to get this lasso off of this thing. Nope, it's super not working. You're not sure how to get it over the head or like what. So your lasso is stuck on this creature. For now. Alright, and then, since you did a lot, Bob.
Well, target's going to move another 15 feet along the wall.
Oh boy.
It's going to shoot the non-gooped golem
Mhm.
for 22. It takes 6 points of force damage, get pushed back 5 feet, and then a little bit of sap green and a
When
little
is
bit
one
of
of
tallow
these
green.
golems gonna get pushed into the brazier?
Hasn't
I mean-
happened yet. Here, let me roll. Well, they weren't like close to the edge battling with the golem like you were, or the Gorgon like you
They're
were.
being pushed. They're being pushed away, so they're getting pushed
Back
away from
towards
the
the
turret,
wall.
so back towards the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And that's 25 to hit this golem.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright,
So that's 5 of my 7 charges.
well, all of my creatures have been slimed. So, combat dies down. I can say you can all easily step away from these things. These golems are just, like, flashing with this green light. The Gorgon is trying to, like, pull its head side to side. The doors on the far side of the room still have not opened.
Oh, you're muted, Katie.
You're muted, Kitty.
Can I try while we're out of combat to cast Dispel Magic on one of the golems and see if it turns them off, I guess?
Sure. Let me see. You can try, but after a while it becomes clear that that will not be able to turn them off.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Try to put...
the glyphs, though, are weird. Like, there's something to do with these glyphs that is keeping these creatures dangerous.
Yeah.
Well,
If
I still try to lasso the bull.
Yeah, now that this thing's restrained and everything, you can definitely go ahead and, like, scoop the lasso off of this creature and easily put it around the bull's neck. But the bull cannot move or do anything because it was restrained by goop. So, and as you do so, you can see the expression of this creature, like, grows fearful and, like, strained. But you don't know if that's the paint or the creature or the lasso or...
Can I investigate the glyphs a little more?
Yeah, I would like to do that as well.
Yeah, anybody who is proficient in Arcana can go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Oh, that was not good. 16.
22.
Okay, with a 22, you're pretty sure you could shut down these golems by deactivating these glyphs in a certain order.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and spend some time to shut down these golems if you would like.
I've got an hour.
Yeah, so you can easily you can even tell Farah how to do it. You're like, oh, it was so simple. Why didn't I see it before? As you go,
Because I couldn't see them because I was 60 feet away.
Yep.
I'll get the ones on the other side of the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can definitely go around and shut down all of these golems, and as they deactivate, they just and slump over. But still, the doors in front of you do not open.
You said there was alcoves that they came out of.
Mm-hmm.
Did we check the other one?
Yeah, and the other one, it is also a weapons rack, but you see a black whip also on that one.
I go to the panel on the mechanical bowl, and I try and bust that open, and yeah.
Yeah, so you can either make me an athletics to break it open or an investigation to do it stealthily if you have thieves' tools proficiency.
Oh,
I mean, I do, but
Kara's gonna do. She got a 17 busted open with her sword.
All right. Yep. As you bust that sucker open, you see that there is a small engine with a bunch of whirring cogs and all kinds of stuff going on inside this thing. It looks very mechanical. There are buttons. There are tiny little levers.
Hey, can one of you blast fire inside this thing? That seems like a pretty sure bet that it's gonna kill it.
I'd be like, well, let me
Or some acid. I don't know.
let me just come take a look at it, and I would like to investigate what this engine.
Sure. Go ahead and again, if you have proficiency in thieves' tools, give me.
Oh, I do. I have expertise in thieves' tools.
Well then, give me an investigation check to see if you can figure this thing out.
That's like, who's the real dungeon master?
I have expertise. Well, excuse me.
So was that a thieves' tools check or an investigation check?
It looks like you can actually use either.
So thieves' tools check is a 23.
Okay. All right. You are sure that you could get this thing, you could control it to move, maybe even attack. Now that you've had a good look at the controls, you could definitely activate this thing to do whatever you wanted.
I will tell you all that, I had some time to study it, and I think I can control this, and we can make it do whatever we want. Maybe we can just make it break down those doors.
And that's what I was thinking. Great minds.
And I said,
Sarah's butt scooting up the slanted thing.
So you do discover that the right stairway was not trapped at all.
Motherfucker! I don't know that.
Just the left one.
And I'll ask Kara because I assume, and I'll be like, do you have alcohol? We can dissolve this.
Oh,
No.
do I?
You're beginning to grow on me.
So we just need a pint.
Yeah, she reaches for her ever-filling tankard of ale.
Yes. And absolutely, you can dump it over this thing and definitely dissolve the goo. And I'm assuming you've already pressed the switches.
Yes,
yeah.
the ones that make it do the things
Yeah.
that I want.
Yeah. So you have put it into peace mode or whatever. And this thing, as the goo shakes off of it, it swings its head back and forth, the great horns again, flicking off the last remains of this goop. And it turns and it stomps around, and you see that green mist again coming out of its nostrils, and it just swings its head towards you, Bob, and just gets right up in your face.
And I'll do the, I'll put my hand, toothless this Gorgon here.
Its little green LED eyes flash just a little bit brighter.
Oh. And then I'm gonna tell everybody, well, I got my happy little friend here. He's gonna help us with this door, so everybody just stand back. And I'm gonna try to have it break down the door.
Oh, hell yeah. Yep, so you put it into attack mode. I'm gonna say there's a tiny little remote controller inside it, because why not? So you have your little boop, boop, boop. And this thing charges full speed towards this double set of doors, and those doors never stood a fucking chance against this thing, as just wood blows to smithereens. And it stands there patiently and turns its great body around, and then it's just...
I pet its head, and then I say, you know what we should call it? Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I say, well, I feel like there's a joke there that I don't quite get because I don't know anybody like that. But that's fine.
Stab my eyeballs out.
So what's in this next room?
Hang on, let me find it.
Treasure.
Maybe. I don't know. Here we go. Let me just flip through these module pages. Yes, okay. Flickering torches illuminate a grand vaulted wall. Directly ahead in a plinth, a brightly shining glyph stone set in a recess above it. Resting upon the bottom of the plinth is an open leather sack revealing gems and coins and what looks to be a rolled-up scroll of parchment. On one side of the chamber is another iron-bound wooden door. So you have done it. You have bested both of my rooms. So I shall give you folks the treasure, but you have survived the Dungeon of Doom and made a Gorgon friend. I also
Sorry I ruined your dungeon again, Celeste.
Okay. I get
This is
to
the
pick.
second one of your dungeons I've ruined.
I get to pick your item next.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, let me get the little tile piece real quick because it's really cute. I want to show it.
Last time I summoned a unicorn. This time I ruined everything with sticky paint. You really just made
Will
the
never exist in any of my games. That's ridiculous.
really. I mean, it's an Out of the Abyss item. Is where it was in that we had that in when we played through Out of the Abyss. It was one of the first things we got, but we just never used it because we had better use for attunement slots.
Fair.
Oh, man.
It's super useful.
Yeah,
Oh man.
not so useful during the day, right? In caves and dungeons, yes. Outside, not so much.
I think damn it. I moved it to take a photo of it, and I don't have it to post, but it's very cute. It's like, so all of these walls where the little glyph stones are, by the way, they're all magnetic, so they, like, hang in the middle of the wall and have cool LED torches and everything. All of this stuff is amazing, guys. If you don't know who Dwarven Forge is, do yourself a favor and Google some of their amazing stuff. Like, I just did a few snapshots in here of what they sent, but it's absolutely incredible and just so well made. So absolutely check everything out that they do. And again, I'm just going to put the link right to this module. You can get these rooms right now for free. You can go and download the PDF. So that link again is in chat. But let's get you guys some treasure, since you earned it. All right. Woo! This leather sack contains 900 gold pieces worth of sapphires and gold. Wow, okay. 3 scrolls are rolled up, each containing a spell of 4th level. These spells are... So it's 1 scroll of polymorph, 1 scroll of magic weapon, and 1 scroll of dispel magic.
Nice.
And then the last glyph stone here. The glyph stones, unfortunately, you will have to give back to Valerius, since that is what you came here for.
I'll let you do that. I think I have the glyph stone. With
Oh,
the
go
torches.
get
Let me
it!
go see if I can get it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, again, another glyph stone handout there. So this one is a glyph stone. It does spell storing, regain Eldritch power, so it's more of a spell casting flavored one. So it is pretty cool. Yeah, oh my gosh, you guys survived!
That was hard.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't think I've ever seen Kara that low. Kara's at 16 hit points?
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Man, that wand, though. You would have been fighting 4 of those golems.
We would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Ted isn't allowed to pick his own items anymore.
It's funny, he was telling me earlier, he's like, I have no idea what to pick that would be good. And then now he's like, I'll just pick the best thing ever. It was ultimately his decision.
The Wand of Sticky. Oh man, I'm so sad. I don't know. I moved that piece. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for sticking around in the chat late with us. It was really cool that Dwarven Forge approached us to help them promote their new Dungeon of Doom. So again, check out their stuff. If you want to tweet at them and say, hey, Venture Maidens were amazing, loved it. Oh, that's exactly the piece.
So I don't mind because when you buy them, you have to pay extra because if you don't know, each tile that you see is hand painted by Dwarven Forge employees. They do not have like a painting shop. So if you buy them unpainted, they come like this in this basic dungeon gray. Yeah. And then if you want, you can get like, you can see in the picture there where they'll hand paint them and stipple them and everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, normally,
like, look at this, like freaking craftsmanship, like the doors all open up for the dungeons and like, it's insane.
So this would normally, this glyph stone here would be like, I think painted with purple inlay.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they all have a little switch here on the back that you just flip the switch and that will turn it off.
Yep.
And you know, you can swap these out for these glowing green ones or fire torches or some other different color ones as well.
Yeah. So thank you so much again to everybody for coming by. And of course, thank you so much to Dwarven Forge for letting us participate in this event. We had a ton of fun and look forward to hopefully doing more stuff with you in the future. But let's go around the table one more time. I have been your Dungeon Master, Celeste Konowich.
I was your human monk, Cyanor, played by Nassim.
Oh my god, I'm so not used to going second. I am Sage, and I played your nearly bamboozled barbarian, Kara.
Hi, I'm Katie. I played Farah Valen, your tiefling sorcerer or cleric. Who knows? Not me.
And Ted, also, where can people find you on the internet?
Oh, okay. Well? So one, I'm Ted, and I played your elven artificer Bob, and I would just like to say that the secret to doing anything is that you believe that you can do it. Anything that you believe you can do strong enough, you can do, as long as you believe. And I run a channel called Nerd Immersion here on Twitch, as well as YouTube and other places, twitch.tv/nerdimmersion. We do all of the things. And Sunday, you can watch Celeste DM games on my channel, on her show, Mistress of Modules. And Monday, this coming Monday, you can watch her be a player in the Rise of Teammate campaign.
Yeah, so definitely check out the Nerd Immersion channel. Like I said, Sundays, I'll be there. Mondays, Katie and I will be there. Nerd Immersion is great. Great channel. And we're, of course, the Venture Maidens, for any new folks who are here. From the Dwarven Forge Call to Arms, we are an actual play D&D 5th edition podcast, so you can find us, Venture Maidens, wherever podcasts are free. We have around 50 episodes or so it's a pretty good backlog. And we love playing games, and you can find us here alternating Wednesdays, but including this upcoming Wednesday, so a week from today, live as we record new episodes of our show. So yeah, follow us at Venture Maidens, follow Nerd Immersion. You all are amazing. But until next time,
Venture
away!
That was awful.
Wow. Dungeon of Doom. Venture away, everybody.